Okay, so we have to talk about this. We have to talk about something that happened off the track this week. And by off the track, I mean another Grand Slam track announcement. It was confirmed that the Startup League has failed to hit their latest target date for athlete payments. The league's commissioner, Michael Johnson, put out another statement last Friday that said basically the league's sole focus is paying the athletes after their first season and that a second season in 2026 will not take place until those athletes are paid. AB, here we go again. What do you make of this latest statement?
Hold on, should I get my Grand Slam shirt? Because everyone says I'm the insider.
You're on
Obviously
payroll.
a volunteer position, not getting no, clearly not getting paid. That's a joke. But to me, I feel like he had to come on and say this because how can you be talking about 2026 and start building plans for the future when you haven't taken care of the ones who helped make this iteration so successful? And for me, as someone who did participate in the Grand Slam this year and as someone in line to get paid, this is the stuff that you want to hear. You don't want to be out all this money, be someone who's like, hey, where's the bread? Where are we gonna get paid up? You're missing dates and stuff, and you're already talking about 2026. So in order for him to get his ducks in a row and kind of clean this up as much as he can, do some damage control and repair their image a little bit, he has to say, all right, we're solely focused on righting our wrongs, paying everybody that needs to be paid, and then we'll talk 2026. If he got ahead of himself, started talking 2026 too early, it doesn't look good. It looks like you're just kind of disrespecting everybody that helped lift up the league this year.
So I'm going to say this, and I'm hesitant to say this because it is going to sound negative and it's going to sound not supportive, and that is not me. But you know me, I always say how I feel. I actually don't think there's going to be a 2026 season, and I think Michael Johnson and his team probably know that. And this is just to soften the blow or water the ground to let us know down the line that there's not going to be a 2026 season, and here's why. I have a hard time believing that you can start planning a second season, right, with all the months and the time and the money and the resources that it takes to roll that out while you are still in this deep, heavy debt. What investor is going to come in, give you multi-million dollars, and they're already in the hole when they start with you, right? To then help you pay for another season. I actually don't think we're going to see Grand Slam come back very soon. I hope Aaron Brown and trolls in the comments, who I love, that I am wrong. And I'm not saying this to be pessimistic. I'm just saying it's just not realistic to me. So you got to pay them first. What if it takes them until next March to pay them? What if it takes them until this time next year to pay you and everybody else? Where's the next season? I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen at all. And I hope I'm wrong.
Well, listen, when there's a will, there's a way, and it might seem unfathomable right now, and his back's against the wall for sure. But if you can sell people on the vision, before when he was pitching to investors, this is just all concept. This is all just theoretical. There is a proven product that has been put in place,
The
and
product
we can see what
failed, Aaron.
it failed in terms of delivering the fourth meet and failed in terms of paying everybody. But in terms of the presentation and the performances, I think it succeeded still. I think it was still an entertaining product. And all you need is the right backers. And if that one investor didn't back out, I don't think we'd be talking about Grand Slam as a failure. So I don't think the actual structure of Grand Slam and the vision is something that we should be down on. I think that actually works. It's just the money wasn't where it needed to be. We did have an unfortunate pullout. But if we get one investor who believes in the vision, who sees what track and field could be at its full potential and wants to get behind it, despite having that hole of people having to be paid, I think it's possible. And listen, there's people with deep pockets out there, There are billionaires in this world. It's not like the money's not out there to be had. It's
Yeah,
just you
they're
got to
paying
sell them, and
LeBron
that's why
James,
Michael
they're
Johnson's out there.
they're not watching track and field. They're not. They're watching football and basketball and soccer. They're just not watching our sport. I'm gonna stop
Yeah,
because I don't want people to cook me. Although I don't mind, but I'm just saying, like,
cooker.
okay, don't. Be nice, be nice. I'm a human. I hear what you're saying, but you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to us, people
Yeah,
who consume the sport,
I
love the
get it.
sport. If it's not an Olympic year, if it's not leading into the Olympics, they don't give a flying fook. They do not care. And so I agree. It takes one investor. It takes one backer. But where they at though? Where they at? They're not putting their money
Well,
in it.
all right, picture this. Picture this. We do have Athos, right? What
Mm-hmm.
if Michael Johnson, Alexis Ohanian come together to make one big league. That could be possible. That's your investor
Can I
right
say
there. He's already
something?
bullish on track and field. Or what if he gets it with World Athletics? What if he gets in bed with them or a Nike or something? Like there are people out there that are already in the sport. Maybe they see, okay, we like your product, but we would change this here or there, or add a little bit more advertising for this, whatever. Maybe the iteration isn't the same as what we saw this year, but I still feel like there's avenues for him to pursue to get this thing back on track.
So let me say something, and we leave this in or take this out, depending. And this is all through the grapevine. Who knows? I know, and I've been told that Michael Johnson is so committed to this, and he has been working really hard to try and rectify this and make this right. This is through a source, and that he's reached out to others for support, for bailout, and he's not really getting anything back. And he's asked some people who are very prominent in doing the thing. I just don't see how anyone's going to attach themselves to this brand right now, because it's going to be viewed as a sinking ship, right? I hope I'm wrong. I hate sounding like a Debbie Downer, but I feel like the concept hasn't failed, and I agree with you as far as inspiration, what is possible, what's capable for track and field. But if people do not give a damn, the people who can pay for it and who care about it and should care about it between Olympic Games don't care about it, then there really is no product. Like, it's not viable. And so I just don't see somebody, unless they're a great big benefactor charity person, is going to be like, let me give you $12 million plus and give you another 25 or 10 for another season. You know how deep in the hole they'd be to start? I hope y'all get paid with interest and everything like that. But I think the league might be over.
Well, I mean, someone get on the phone with Mark Cuban. Let's go on Shark Tank. Mr. Wonderful, what's up? What you got for my sport? Help us out.
Or Dragon's Den if you're in Canada.
Yeah. Somebody, anybody.
Somebody.
I don't know. I'm just hopeful.
I like
my
that
side
about
pieces are with me, man.
They're with you, eh? All right. We'll see.